Hi, friends. My dandelions. Golly, I checked and it's been 5 days already since I have posted a video. I can't believe it. We've been so busy still working on this house. You know, when you move into a new place for a long time, for me anyway, it doesn't feel like my house. It still feels like I'm living in their house until you get your things on the walls and you make different adjustments and stuff. And so we've been adjusting like crazy. So, for instance, the front of the house was just a big, the garage wall is half of the front of the house. So it was a big block of bland wall. And we have worked hard to give it some character, give it some personality. So I'll show you a before picture and an after picture. And that's just one of the improvements we've made. Or maybe it's not an improvement. Maybe it's just a change. We painted the bird bath out front. It was stark white, and now it's a bronze color. Let's see, what else have we done? We've installed 2 new toilets and faucets. They had brass faucets in the master bathroom, and I'm trying to make everything with black accents. So we put in a new shower. You know about that already. And put all black fixtures in there. So we spent yesterday putting in 2 new faucets. And oh, I love them a lot. I love them a lot. Y'all, I got those on Temu. $25 each with the drain assembly. Can you believe that? And they're fantastic. I don't know why everybody doesn't shop Temu. I'm cheap. I'm cheap in my retirement. And we still need to. I'm going to change the handles on the toilets we put in to black. But let me tell you, we had the great toilet fiasco of 2026 here. We're friends. We can talk about this, right? So I ordered from Amazon, and it cost a little more, for some reason, but it was exactly what we needed. So I ordered it and waited and waited, and it never shipped. It never showed on the app that it had shipped. All of a sudden, it's delivered on our front porch. I go to the app, it still says packing. Okay, we got the toilet. We didn't even have to open it. The minute we pulled it in, there was pieces of it falling out of the handle hole. It was shattered inside the box. So we didn't even open it. And I immediately went on, but it would not let me do a return because it shows it had shipped yet. So I waited another day or two, and finally I called Amazon and I said, look, we ordered this and it has arrived, but it's not showing that it's arrived yet. He looked at it and he goes, are you sure? Are you sure? Yes, I'm quite sure. I have a toilet sitting in my living room. I'm very certain. Oh, he made out like he was going to do me a big favor. He goes, I'm going to look into this and take care of it. You will not have to worry about this another day. So as soon as it says it's shipped, I'm going to process a refund and reorder, And I said, yeah, we'd like to have it. We'd like to have it. I just want one that's in one piece. And he said, I'm going to arrange for a pickup. That was the other thing. I'm going to arrange for a pickup. And I said, beautiful, because it's heavy. And we waited. 4 days go by. I look on the app. The first order hasn't even shipped yet, according to them, and no mention of a pickup. Finally, on the 5th day, I get an email, and it says reordered, and nothing about a pickup. I called again, and I say, because that wasn't showing reordered in the app. This is probably going on longer than you care to know, but I want you, if I had to suffer, I want you to suffer. Anyway, I'll cut it off here and tell you, Amazon messed it up so badly. They did send another one, The original order only showed shipped. It never showed that it arrived. I did get the second replacement, and he emailed me and he goes, I was able to get you a replacement for free. It wasn't free. I paid for it. So anyway, we got the new one. No pickup on the second one. So they set a date to come pick up the thing. It said we had to be here. First guy told me, we don't have to be there. You can put it on your front porch. And then we get the email that says someone has to be there. So we waited from 3 to 6 is when it was supposed to happen. Nobody came. So that evening I called back Amazon, third call about this. She said, well, we contract those pickups out, and I'm going to have to put you in touch with, the company. You'll need to call them. I said, why do I have to call anybody else? This is your mistake. Send someone here to get this. Amazon's usually more on the ball than that. Okay, I spent 5 minutes talking to you about my toilet. We do have other things going on in our lives. Namely, my husband, remember all the employment stuff that went on? He's not employed right now, but it's by choice. And he just decided he needed a sabbatical. And I don't blame him, really. It's hard. So he's on a sabbatical for at least through the summer. And we're going to take some road trips and a cruise before he goes back to work. So now I am full-blown Medicare. And we're in the U.S., of course. And so I finally have figured out the Medicare maze. It took me a little while. And those of you who are watching, let me ask you this. Are you on just original Medicare, Part A, B, and D for drugs? If you're on original Medicare, did you get Part C as a gap plan? Or did you go the other route with Advantage plan? Now, for those of you who are getting ready to go into the maze of Medicare, let me give you a little schooling here, because it's all fresh in my mind right now. So Medicaid is your state and federal aid for people low income. Medicare is for your seniors. And so Medicare, I think disabled too. Medicare, you can go 2 routes. You can go original Medicare, which is Part A, your hospital, Part B, your doctors, Part D, your drugs. Okay? No dental, no vision. And they pay 80%, you pay 20%. There is a deductible, and you have to pay every month. Your premium comes out of your Social Security check, or you could pay it otherwise if you're not getting Social Security yet. So you have that route, and I'm on Monjaro for diabetes, and that's very expensive, and I had to make sure that was going to be covered. I did not think I would do an Advantage plan, but I am. I'm going to do an Advantage plan, and an Advantage plan is like an HMO. You remember back in the day, those were really popular. When my children were all small, we had an HMO, and I loved it because our pediatrician was in the system. I could take them for anything. I never had to pay. It was great. I thought it was great. So anyway, bottom line is I'm going Advantage, and the woman at the Advantage, I went to Humana, and I said, how does this work? Because my money's coming out for Medicare. How are you getting paid? And she said, so this is the way it goes. Medicare manages all of the seniors' health issues, health plans. But when someone signs up with Advantage, it's like Medicare saying, here, we are taking care of Kat's health, but now you're going to take care of her health, and we're going to pay you part of the premium that I pay Medicare each month. So that I pay a couple $100 a month out of my Social. It's going to start this month. They will give some of that to Humana. I checked, and every single doctor I use, down to my diabetes eye doctor, they're all in the network with Humana. So why not? I don't have to pay anything. And so it's a 0 copay for my doctor, and And it's a zero premium with Humana, zero premium. So I just pay the $200 to Medicare, and I'm covered under Humana, and I get a dental allowance and a vision allowance. So that's the best I can describe it to you. If you go Medicare Original, A, B, and D, you could choose a supplement plan to help cover your 20%. But some of those have premiums, so you will need to figure out your medical issues and check every bit of each way, either Original Medicare or Advantage. But just know, if you take the Advantage plan, then you are in a network, and if you go out of that network, they're probably not going to pay. So all of my drugs are covered, all of my doctors are in the network, even the hospitals that I would want to use around here are in the network. It's a no-brainer for me. So mine will start July 1st. Yay! Anyway, in the meantime, I'm keeping my husband busy while he's on his little sabbatical. He's been washing windows and installing toilets, and we're putting in all the stuff on the front. We're keeping him busy, and he's got the yard looking good. He's going to be sandblasting or water pressure those bricks out there and paint the inside of this fence so it looks a little better. So we have a lot of projects lined up, and I've probably bored you completely. I just wanted to check in with everybody, see how you're doing. And listen, I have a viewer named Michelle Bell, and she hasn't commented in a few videos, and I just want to make sure she's okay. So Michelle, if you're listening, please chime in and let us know that you're okay. And I hope everybody else is doing fine, and I will see you soon. Bye.